this is a little crooked, but oh well. Hey y'all, I'm Kim, aka the Kimchilada, and welcome to episode 7 of the Kimchilada Mostly Crochet podcast. I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas, and you can find me elsewhere online at the Kimchilada, at most places, Instagram, Facebook. Instagram is where I'm the most active. I will be putting any patterns that I speak about in the show notes, in the description below, so let's get started. It has been a month since I have been able to record a podcast, and I'll talk about that more at the end, and we'll just jump right into my creations of the past month. Now, there really is not that much, to be honest, but there's a couple of things. I have one finished object, and it's barely crochet related, and that'll be, I'm sure you can see it in the frame a little bit, this pink cotton candy Marie Antoinette inspired wig thing that I created. If you've watched my previous podcast, I've talked about this lockdown looks thing that I was doing, and it is just a little thing that an online friend put together to keep people from being so bored, to just come up with makeup, clothing, drawings, whatever, based on a certain theme once a week. So the theme was sweets, something about sweets, I don't remember. So I wanted an excuse really to make a Marie Antoinette style wig. So the challenge for me is my hair. I have locks and it's not really possible to braid them down like super flat to put on a normal wig. So I had to create this thing. And let me see, I have a head inside of it, but it fell all the way through it. So what I did was, I don't know if you'll be able to see, the inside is hollow and it's poster board. You can actually see like a piece of a map on there. I recycled it from a project my daughter had for my son made for school forever ago, and it had been sitting in his room. Also, this thing is a little worse for wear now because the youngest, the baby, has been grabbing at it and just not really caring because he's a baby. He doesn't care. So I did that. It's just kind of crisscrosses. I did a circle around my head, put my hair in a bun, and then built like a cage out of poster board around my bun to, make it so my bun will fit inside of it. And then it is a little crocheted. I don't know if you can see this. I just kind of crocheted like a beanie in pink. So if I did have any gaps in this wool roving, it would not show so much since it matches. So then I had like an extra pound of wool roving I had sitting around from back when I used to make wool dreads. And so I said it's time to use it. And so I dyed that pastel pink and then glued this together. I just did it like in spirals, just strips of wool roving in a spiral, and then just kind of rolled it up. It was much nicer before the baby got his hands on it, but what am I gonna do? You know what, I'll insert a photo of the finished look. So this is wool roving. This is just cardstock that I rhinestoned because I gotta do too much. These are like twisted pipe cleaners that I found. There were 2 colored twisted pipe cleaners that I spiraled and glued to cardstock and then put some wooden dowels. And then I wanted to get candy necklaces, but I ran out of time. So this is like some of that MLM paparazzi jewelry. Yeah, it was gifted to me, a couple of bracelets, and I took them apart and made this in somewhat candy necklace look, I was hoping. And then I just added these 2 little curls. This was just yarn that I brushed out and straightened, and they were little curls when I was done. Just to kind of hide my hairline a little. So there's that project that is already, look at this. The baby just been so rough with this. I should have brought it upstairs forever ago. Well, so that's my only completed project in a month. Can you believe? I can. So let's get onto stuff that we talked about last time, was my Mosaic Crochet thing. This is another project that has been it's been neglected for the month. You have to cut after every row. Well, let me just show you. I finished this panel that I wanted to turn into a tote bag. So I was just going to do 2 panels and then put them together. And I was going to leave the fringe on this side and then the other one would be on the opposite side. So then it would be fringe on both sides. But I finished one side, and that is a pattern by Fiber Fox Studios. It is free on YouTube, but you can purchase the charts from their Etsy shop, I believe. And I think it was like $2. I really don't remember. And I started the second panel, and that's as far as I've gotten. Because like I said, you have to have scissors to cut off after every single row. And it's just not, with a 2.5-year-old, it's not smart to just have scissors lying around. So this has been I work out on it at my desk kind of project, and I have not had much sitting at my desk time. So that's as far as that has gotten. So I needed a couch project, and I said, you know what, this year I would really like to make a wearable, like a bigger wearable than socks, in knitting. I would like to try to make like a little sweater, probably in like worsted weight, because it'll, you know, go by quicker because I'm not too fast at it. So I said, let me work on a knitting project on the couch. And plus, my husband got me Chai-Gu knitting needles, like a set of interchangeable Chai-Gu knitting needles for Christmas, and I haven't used them. So I'm wearing lip gloss and I feel just fibers stuck in it, so I don't wear lip gloss. So I apologize if there's just things stuck in there, because I don't know what shows up on the camera. So anyway, the knitting project. So this is called the Pastel Rainbow Baby Blanket by Stitchy Designs. That's driving me crazy. I can feel it. Whatever. By Stitchy Designs. And so they have it where it's, they use multiple yarns, and they stripe it in every color pastel and then a stripe of white, and it's super cute. But let me see, what do I do with the label? I don't want to weave in that many ends. So did I not grab the label? What is it called? No, I do have it. Sorry, I'm disorganized as heck. I'm using a Lion brand mandala in the colorway Nifflers. Let me see, you can see the pastel rainbows. Because why stripe a yarn if you don't have to, right? So, and this is also the only yarn I've bought this month. I bought this one thing. So this is how far we've gotten. And this is my problem child. I've abandoned it until it learns to behave. Well, until I learn, because it's just going to be there. So I had planned to just let the yarn stripe whenever it wants, because I don't want to cut and weave in extra ends. So that's what I was doing. And honestly, it was bothering me that there was one little row of pink. Well, actually, it's a couple rows of pink into the orange, and then that the orange was here in the yellow stripe. It was kind of bothering me, but I mean, knitting is not my strong suit. It's not. I dislike knitting. I don't like it too much. I mean, I like the knit stitch. Anything else, I'm like, this is too much. Y'all want too much. But it makes such a nice fabric, so I'm challenging myself. I did not want to rip all of this out and fix it and change the color. I don't want to do that, because knitting is so hard to undo. You know, crochet, you just rip it like crazy. It doesn't matter. Knitting, you can't do that. So that's why this is on the back burner, because I need to rip out some rows. I did one extra. Looking up, I have a mirror, remember, I have a mirror back here to see what's going on in the camera. I did one extra pattern repeat in the yellow than I needed to. So I thought about just leaving it, but I said, it's already bad enough. I said, you know what, we're gonna rip it back. And in fact, I think I'm gonna completely rip this out, because it already has so many ends to weave in. And if this was crochet, I would just crochet over the ends and then not have to deal with them. But since it's knitted, I mean, I don't think there's a way to knit over the ends. At least there's not a way that makes sense in my mind that you could do that. Please let me know if I'm wrong. Introduce me to the new world of knitting. You know, if there's some life hacks I'm missing out on, knitting life hacks. But this is already more ends than I'm thinking that I want to do. So I'm thinking I want to start over and just start from the middle of the cake and completely omit these garter stitch stripes and just do this pattern. Just completely, just nothing but the little shells and waves, because it's not really difficult. Like, I think it's good practice at it's knitting two together and yarning over to add the extra stitches, but it's mostly knit stitches. There's, I think, only one row of purls per however many. I don't know, I can't think about it right now. I really like the fabric it's making. It's just that I'm going to start it over. That's my plan. I'm just going to start it over completely. So yeah, that was my I'm on the couch project. And since I'm mad at it, I said, I need another couch project right now. I said, you know what, let's continue with the knitting. So I got on Ravelry, started searching for a simple knitted blanket. And I came up with the Phoenix blanket by Mad Science Designs. Rainbow blanket and this one are free patterns on Ravelry. And I showed this yarn before, and I mentioned that I wanted to do like a blanket or something. And it is Big Twist Classic, the one from Joann's, in the colors teal and violet. And so this is what we have going. Look at these colors. Ideally, I would love to do a mosaic crochet with these two colors. Like these are my two favorite colors together. Like, I love a good, like a turquoisey and a purple, or teal and a purple. I love those two colors together. And I'm loving this pattern because it is 5 rows knitting and then 1 row of purling. So I'm getting my practice in purling, but it's mostly knit, so it feels like it's going by very fast. This is like a disaster that happened this past week. So like, it's, for me, this is going pretty fast. Also, I have no idea how long it is. I just made a super... I think it's a long tail cast on that I did, and it's, this is my longest, this is my longest needle. This is a doubled over, and it's bunched together a lot. So this thing is pretty damn long, but I really like it. It's something I could just have on the couch. That's what I work on the couch. I've been listening to audiobooks and podcasts and just knitting away at this, and these bright colors just they make me so happy. They really do. So we'll see how far it goes before I need to get more yarn, because look at this big giant, this is a big old monster. And I sure hope y'all can see everything. I've been putting it in frame correctly because I rushed to set this up. I've been having disaster. So I'm working on that Phoenix blanket, and then one more project. Now this one I just cast on, not yesterday, the day before. Remember last time I was working on those socks and I said I hated them. I thought it was really ugly. And yeah, I decided I don't want to work on those. They're ugly and I hate them. It's not making me happy to see these ugly colors, and I don't want to do it. So I started a new sock, and I'm calling these my Stimi Socks because I think the yarn kind of looks like money. It's a little bluer than money, but I think it looks like the grayish tones look like money to me. So these are my Stimi Socks. I'm still working on the cuff, and I'm doing the same as the other ones where I'm using the Vanilla Socks on 9-inch Circulars pattern by Crazy Sock Lady Designs. It is free on YouTube. But you can pay for the written pattern, and I did, and I don't remember how much it is. But this time I'm trying to actually follow the pattern with the exact number of rows that it calls for. So I think it is going to be 20 rows of the cuff, and I'm on like 9 or something. So that is going on. And that's the only other project I have going right now. But this project, good segue for, I received a gift. I got some happy mail from Kalisha from the Quirky Monday Craftcast, because she's also multi-craftual. But I don't know if I mentioned it on my podcast or if it was on Instagram, because she follows me on Instagram, that I need to get a Swift. And so she messaged me and she said, hey, I just found my first Swift. It's like a plastic Swift. Do you want it? And I'm like, Yeah, I want it. So she sent me her Swift. She sent me her Swift. And it's life-changing. So this is actually a yarn that I've had for a while now. I think this might have been my first yarn that I got from my knit crate. It is, I didn't even say what it is. It is from Aldine Wools by Knit Crate Alpaca Sock. Colorway Napoli, 60% superwash, 20% alpaca, 20% nylon. And so it's been sitting. I haven't used any of my Knit Crate yarns because I don't have a Swift. And I tried to ball up one hank of yarn that I bought. I bought it for Halloween, and it was such a pain in the butt that I have not wanted to touch any of my other fancy Knit Crate yarns. In fact, I have recently just canceled mine because I'm like, all these yarns are just sitting here and I'm not using them just because I don't want to ball them up. Like I need whatever. It's not, I don't have the motivation to ball it up and then work on it. No. So she sent me a Swift and it was so quick to ball it up. Oh my God. Amazing. But that's not all she sent. Of course that's not all she sent because she's an angel. She also sent me some yarn. So these were 2 that she said were donated to her podcast that she sent my way, and they're beautiful. So first this one, and it says Mad Tosh in Cosmic Silver, and it's super cute. Now what is this? This is 100% merino wool Tosh sock. Dyed by hand in Texas? I didn't even notice that. It came back to me because you're in Florida. Kalisha is in Florida. And it's back in Texas. And it's just gray. And it has these like speckles of like different rainbow colors. Isn't that beautiful? Wow. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. I don't know what I'm doing with anything. But I love this. This is so pretty. And then this one also. Obsessed with. I don't know what it... Okay, let me tell you what it is. Ooh, don't know how to say that. Use your handy yarns. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. The colorway Mood Swings Monsock. Hand dyed 4-ply fingering weight yarn, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. Yeah, I have no idea how to say that, but it's beautiful. It's like an off-white with gray, and then it has these, let me see. Has these pretty speckles of like a goldish yellow. It's really pretty. Ooh, I hope my nails are not gross once again. Oh my gosh. I need to start checking these things. Oh well. Ignore that. So yeah, there's that one. It's gorgeous, beautiful, amazing. Love it. And then she got me this one because she knows. She asked me my favorite color. Like, girl, I think we know. We're kind of 2 peas in the pod that way because she's also a fan of the good turquoisey colors. So she bought me this. I love it. I've been thinking about striping it into my Stimi Socks, but then I'm like, no. I don't think I'm ready to stripe socks yet. I don't think I'm ready. So this is 75% wool, 25% nylon, and this is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature 4-ply. And it's beautiful. From England. Wow. Like, clearly, I like this color already because, I mean, hello. I'm loving it. But I have a purple sparkly yarn that I got in my knit crate. That there I go. Exact same color combination. I'm trying to do it again. That would be some pretty striped socks, I feel like. So I got those. And that's it. But it was so much. It just, I said it last time, it really just touches my heart that anybody out on the internet is thinking of me to want to send me anything. Like, wow, like you real and I'm real and you're acknowledging that we are 2 people into the same things. I love that. So that's all for yarny talk. Now, podcast talk. The boy has just gotten much more rambunctious, and so I have a lot less time to work on projects, and especially less time to work on a podcast. I am filming this on a Monday, at like 6 in the evening, and usually I like to film like Saturday or Sunday, and it's just my husband's work schedule has been a pain. He's been working like every Saturday, sometimes on Sundays, and then the baby's wild, so I don't have time to work on stuff very often, and I definitely don't have time to film and edit and all that. But I'm thinking I might change to more of a vlog format. Just film like little bits and pieces of my projects over maybe a 1 week or 2 week span, depending on when I've collected enough footage to put it all together to have like a decent episode. But I don't know. I want to try starting tomorrow, whenever I'm working on something, film a little bit. But I don't know if we'll see what comes out of that, because I feel like it'd be easier to not have to sit and gather and set all of this up. In fact, I was trying to just film this from my desk, and my little desk tripod broke on me, so I said I gotta set up the whole thing, and it took so long to set up my ring light tripod because my firstborn, my son, has been using it to stream stuff on Discord, and then I have the mirror set up perfectly behind that, and it takes time to get all of that together. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out for the next 2 weeks, filming little bits and pieces, and we'll see what comes out of that, because I can't, I feel like I'm failing you guys. I can't dedicate to a set schedule when I have to sit down and actually set all this up and take notes to write down patterns and makers and all that. It's a lot more than it should be. I'm sure if I like invest in like a good camera with like a monitor, it would be easier to not have to struggle to set this up the way it needs to be and all that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna try, and hopefully it works out and we can get, a fairly regularly scheduled podcast filming thing going on. And hopefully I can work on some more projects, because I did start one other project, but it's boring to look at right now because I did not get it very far. And it's an amigurumi from Animal Crossing. It is Molly, my favorite character. It's a little duck, and all I have is just like a tan, not even half of a amigurumi. You have to like count and all that, keep track of rows, and I cannot work on anything like that right now. So I didn't think it was worth really showing. So yeah. But I think that's all for today. I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Once again, you can follow me on Instagram at the Kimchilada is where I'm the most active. I do have a Ravelry where you can look at all my projects. I think I have them all on there. And I do have a Facebook page, but I kind of neglect that. Thanks for watching, and bye.